Pasha Paro, YNet7. Thank you for tuning. The replay. Getting straight into it. Dark Pulse, signs, LOI, letter of intent to acquire TJM Electronics West out in Arizona. All right. That's the headline you may have got yesterday. And I just wanted to review stock, why that's important for the stock and what that means going forward. It actually is definitely probably why we saw it so flat today, which is a good thing. I like to see that it's holding the position, and I really gotta give credit to the leadership, the CFO over at Dark Pulse. The timing of these positionings, the timing of this attitude, the domino effect is really building, I'm sure, a lot of momentum, not only in the investor fan base, but I think in their relative industries of respect as well. So it's just showing, it's a snowball effect, like it starts off as a snowflake, it hits the top of the mountain, it stumbles, it picks up more, and it starts to roll, and then it becomes an avalanche or a big snowball that grows as it hits the bottom of the mountain. That's what we're witnessing now. And this right here is huge. You probably already seen this already, but if not, it's in the Yahoo Finance. You can read through this article. You know how they do. They give you a little brief overview, high level overview. Pretty much, they're ISO certified already. And what I want to do is I want to take you through what the value I see in this. Okay. So of course they say, TJM has been leading the way in comprehensive turnkey electronic contact manufacturing since 1999. Now, with the emergence of surface mount technology, SMT, TJM became one of the first automated SMT companies certified at MIL STD 2000. So, and is now recognized. See, this is what, if you're reading, I want you to focus on. So, and is now recognized by major defense contractors as a 3-star supplier. Okay, so major defense contractors, 3-star supplier. All right. TJM also maintains reputable status as preferred supplier list member for electronic contract manufacturing, right? So, but this is huge, and it's, well, if you're just reading and scanning through the article, you may miss the significance of this line right here, that TJM, right, now recognized by major defense contractors as a 3-star supplier. Now, who are the major defense contractors? Well, I'm not guaranteeing you this is who that they're talking about, but here's an article from Bloomberg Government from June of this year that states these are the top 10 largest defense contractors on the 2021 BGov 200 list. Okay, so you got Lockheed Martin, Raytheon Technologies, GD, General Dynamics Corporation, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, right? Analytic Services Inc., Huntington Ingalls Industries, Humana, Bay, which is BAE, and L3 Harris, right? So you may or may not know all of these companies, but I'm sure that some of them actually you're very familiar with. Now, here is what TJM is all about, and this is where you're going to get into the significance of this play. Okay, I did in the previous video, I did showcase like the chronological order of series of events, from one of their articles directly from Dark Pulse that showed you like the stuff that they have accomplished over this year as of like August year to date. So not even a full year worth of work for them, or connections and stuff, networking. But all this is falling into place now from stuff that was put in seeds that were sown, who knows how long ago, right? But I like the execution that the new leadership is making, and the timing of this stuff really shows the ramping up to scale. And I think that's something we need to pay attention to, for you out there. Now, this is just for entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am sincerely up here just to entertain you with some visuals from the internet. So, proceed at your own risk. And if you seek any advice, do seek a professional for advice. Now, when you look at these companies, right, or you may not know everything that they're into, but what they're into. So let's now look at, what they're into. Take a look at the list. What they're into, right? The climate that's, on the world stage right now. And so let's look at this, right? Leading the way. Let's do this slide back here. So, leading the way, comprehensive turnkey electronic contract manufacturing, and they happen to have an Air Force jet in the background. Industrial high tech, right? So they're experts in complex PCBA and electromechanical assembly. As you can see, the circuit boards in the background, and size matters in LED board manufacturing through our brand to Mectronic, right? So this is what they're into from their just brief overview at the top of their webpage. So why are they different? Here's that portion here. We can review that real quick. It says they strive to provide responsiveness and accuracy by utilizing modern process methodology and real-time communication and employee empowerment and training to better help our customers succeed. I like the employee empowerment. That's how a lot of from my experience, when you have employee empowerment, that's going to drive innovation a lot faster. I didn't read that as our leadership team does this. It was that's what employee empowerment. Everybody's empowered. I'm not saying that you could just throw an idea, but anyway, what I'm getting at is that helps build innovation, right? So, and training to better help a customer succeed. Now, what I really wanted to go over with you guys, I'll scroll through this so you can get a sense of what they talk about here. You see the circuit boards as they talk about PCB assembly. You see more boards, heat wells. You see PCB prototyping. Look at their little manufacturing. That's probably quality or something going, whatever they're doing there. Nice little. It's pretty clean, so that looks good. Turnkey solutions. Now, this is important here. This phrase is super important because that basically means that they have the capability to design a component, right? Which I'm gonna get into, or they can give you the whole solution where you just plug and play. That's great. And if you got any questions for them, there's a little contact box. But let's look at the services, and here's what they offer. And we went over it. Prototyping. So that's cool because, you get to make something that didn't exist before, and they can design it for you. And now they're going to be dealing with electronics and stuff like that, right? So, looking at the situation overall, Dark Pulse has made a couple key buys and key positions, and now they've basically, like the article said here, simply put, expands R&D and manufacturing capabilities in Arizona. Because when you get to this, they may want something and it may need to fit a certain spec. Well, guess what? You got the technology, but you didn't. Now you would want to have a way to create that, those dimensions, the box, the size, the what, all of that. You know what I mean? So it fits into the assembly that they're looking to utilize it in. So now you have, bam, a way to produce that and yourself, so it's in-house. So not only does it allow you to better serve your Dark Pulse to better serve their clientele, but it also gives them the upsell and the ability to charge more for a complete service. You know, that's totally custom from the beginning. So yeah, we can draw something up for you now today. We can produce it and we can install it, and we got a worldwide OEM that can come in and put it into anything in case it's not the Navy, Army, military that's going to do it themselves or want it, you know, delivered that way. Or yeah, we'll ship the components over to who? These people, so that they can actually you know, Boeing can install it into their products, you know. So that's a lot of business right there from the government military industrial complex, rather, excuse me, alone. Now let's look at this, right? The capabilities, if we go there, high industrial tech. All right, we already saw that, but if we go, hold on, I missed it. All right, so electronic contract manufacturing, right? So circuit board contract manufacturing solutions. So now we're starting to get a little bit more in depth in what they're talking about here. So comprehensive turnkey electronic contact manufacturer, right, specializing in custom PCB assembly. So right there, if you want something done custom, this is the specializing people, right? Electromechanical assembly, cable assembly, and box building services. Okay, black boxes in the planes, all that, you know. Not to say that's what they're going to be limited to or making, but you get what I'm saying. Like, a lot of stuff goes in boxes because that it's shielded. It's from either, you know, electronic attack, or they want it to be able to last in certain unexpected conditions, like a black box is supposed to survive a crash, and all kinds of stuff, or just basically a conduit that, you know, is going to need a box to plug into that protects this equipment because it's a little bit more sensitive than some other stuff. But anyway, what I'm getting at is they'll be able to produce this stuff from, hey, what's your idea, all the way to here's the product, you know, custom, completely custom for people like who? Oh, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, General Dynamics, Boeing, etc., etc., etc. Now, as we continue to move on to what this is, partnering with their sister company, Therm Omega Tech, right? We can also offer industrial and mechanical design services to supply a complete and final representation of your product. So this is what they get. Options here: box building, this is what you can get. Cable assemblies, this is what they can do. And PCB assembly, this is what they can do. And of course, I'm sure all of these works together in some larger design, so you can get it all. And that's where they have, boom, turnkey solutions. So it's incredibly efficient. And what that allows DARKPULSE to do is to, like I said, now they can customize. So what this is going to do is, as far as I'm concerned, is this is going to allow them to be like, hey, this is how you're going to get into like household stuff. You see what I'm saying? Here's an SMT industrial trailblazer. It says was one of the first, like I said earlier, to reach that certification. Automated surface mount technology, companies on the East Coast, 1989. Highest tech, smallest size. You know that's big money when it's high tech and small. So boom, right? Take a look at this at your leisure. It gives you a bunch of opportunities here to learn what they do. What I'm looking at is this is gonna be the precursor. That's the way I see it. You're building circuit boards now. You have the ability to do it yourself. You see what I'm saying? So this is how they're going to be able to find out reasons and ways through what? Through R&D, right? It's this, as the company expands R&D, excuse me, and manufacturing capabilities. We know they're going to be manufacturing this stuff, but this is the gold mine. Excuse me, the expansion of R&D. So we were already excited at what they found that they could do with their sensors now, just using things like drones and stuff like that. Wait a minute, drones, circuit boards, are you getting ready to build your own? Anyway, so they'll probably definitely be able to build their own drones for their drone companies that they don't acquired. So cost there, you know, who knows what the limitations are. But what I'm getting at is this actually starts to expand the R&D, like the articles say. I mean, let's look at the full girth of that phrase. So there's really no limit once this goes through to what they can produce for whatever industry. You're going to wind up with dark pulse in your washing machine telling you when the water's too hot. You know what I'm saying? And that you need to, it's going to automatically add cool water in to balance the temperature to a preset degree so your clothes don't fade or shrink. You know what I mean? This is what is going to happen from this, because they'll be able to go and talk to your who's making washing machines now, Samsung, I don't know, GE still exists, I don't know, so anyway, they'll be able to say, hey, we want you to do, how do we get this product, how do we get your sensors into our product, cars, all kinds of stuff. Now they're going to be able to actually custom build and fabricate from the thought, the idea, the conversation over coffee, that they're going to be able to produce the circuit board to go into whatever. I mean, we're not even talking about pipelines and all that stuff anymore. If you understand what this means, we're not talking about pipelines anymore. We're not talking about, hey, make sure the building's going to stay standing up anymore. This is game changer right here. And, that's what I see, because all this technology, think about anything with a circuit board that now could utilize this technology, whether that's your cell phone, your webcam, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? This is going to allow your webcam to test you for, never mind. So what I'm getting at is huge, very quietly done. I like how they're doing it. And what you need to know is this is just based off the letter of intent. So this, what's going to be coming, I would say, this is not even pulling up the chart. This is not even going to, go back and watch the last video. It's still in the middle of my blue boxes, right where we expect it to be. You know what I mean? Sub 15, right? So, and we said we were going to build it up based on the news. But I like the fact that it held. And this is how you got to give credit, like I said, to the leadership and the CFO, because this a well poised CFO is going to, not manipulate in a negative sense, but will be able to create the headlines in a way that's going to fuel the excitement. It's how when you're marketing, you're a t-shirt company and you're marketing your brand, or you're wanting to do a logo for somebody, they want you to have, nowadays people need a story to connect to a product, a brand, to anything. You can't just say, hey, this is going to be great, it's going to do this for a lot of people need a story to go along with it. They can't just say, hey, that's a great product, let me get, you got to sell them the story, the emotional connection. Well, not that that's what they're doing here, but in a sense they are, because we're logically connected to this stuff because it makes sense. That's why we're invested in it. But what I'm getting at is, I really like this situation, because I really like, you can how I want to say it, it's a reflection of the leadership, and you got to tip your hat to the Dark Pulse team, not only for going out there and gathering these connections and forging these relationships, but the timing of it, and that is really, hats off to them. So you guys know I've been following stuff, stocks and stuff for a while. You've been with me, and this is what we look for. This is the activity we look for in a stock that's not even worry about if it's about to move or if it's moving or not, but just that has now the right tools to reach their goal. Okay, and what I mean by that is you have the right intangibles in your leadership. All right, so I feel good about that. You guys probably already read this article. You probably already know about this. You see the stock holding. You may have wondered why, because we know Dark Pulse likes to fluctuate a little bit. Okay, maybe a lot sometimes, but that's the nature of where we're at with this, because of the volume and everything, the volatility, of the where they're at right now, right? Which is natural, is to be expected. But what I'm getting at is, this is well played. And if you don't know, or I'm not gonna say if you don't know, but you got to know that this is just in response to the letter of intent. That means that the letter of intent is not the actual acquisition. So what's gonna happen is, when the acquisition goes through, the headlines are going to be bigger. The magnifying glass is going to come out. More people are going to take heed of this, and you're going to see a surge. For entertainment purposes, you should expect a surge upward. Once the general population finds out about this. And I think that this is a good time to really, if you haven't already, give credit where credit's due and really start to take Dark Pulse a lot more seriously than you even did last month. This is game changing. They're going to be everywhere. Washing machines, cell phones, this technology, right? Hold on. Where was I reading it at? Okay, so it's more common for assembly today, however, through hole mounting technology, still crucial, certain high levels of stress. Where was it at? Give me a second here. All right, so basically, what I'm getting at is that's what's coming down the pipeline. Now, it may not be overnight, and it may not be this year even, right? But where we're going is we're going to the position where this is going to be available for things that you never even thought they would be able to utilize or be a part of. And that's just going to because that's what it was. It was talking about how this stuff they're leading. Oh, that's okay. Market served. It must be under market served. That's why. Okay. Here we go. Yes, this is where it is. So our primary markets served include aerospace and defense. So bam, aerospace and defense, money, right? Of course, commercial, you're kind of like, okay, we can make some money there. Medical, okay, we can make some money there. Industrial, non-commodity, consumer electronics, Here's what I want you to focus on, though. So in the aerospace and defense sector, this is what they're talking about here. Mission critical avionics, money. Radar mounting and control systems, money. Data acquisition systems, cha-ching. Power supplies, we already know what they're doing over in Libya, all right? Navigation systems, security systems, again, they're securing the power plant. What else? Communications. Now, when I see this, right, and of course the last one down here under aerospace is power and weapons systems, okay? Now, when I see this right here, oh man, because you know what they trying to roll out worldwide right now, right? 5G. So communication systems. What? And what did we say? Radar monitoring control systems. Now I know you're gonna say that's not, your cell phone tower, but radar, right? Monitoring control systems. I mean, it's close enough. So then you got communication systems, 5G, right? All right, commercial. This is what we're talking about: medical devices, monitors, control systems, sensors. You got that. In-flight entertainment, data acquisition. You got that. So LED lighting, they're gonna have some ability to do lighting and stuff. This is gonna be where they start to come into your home consumer world. Industrial lighting, horticultural lighting, indoor and home office lighting, outdoor lighting, entertainment lighting, backlighting. It's going to be able to monitor the temperature of the lights. It's going to be able to tell when you're in the room, all that kind of stuff, So they're going to be able to expand this, I'm sure, into other areas of what could be your basic consumer electronic world, and then spin off, especially here, indoor and home office. All kinds of gadgets great come out there. Power systems, man, this is great, go crazy. But this right here, is where all the big money is going to come in. And it's not going to be limited to the aerospace and defense. When you start, I'm telling you, this communication systems, we're going to hear about them in 5G for your entertainment purposes only. Okay? We're going to hear about them being involved in 5G really soon. So that's it. Pasha Pyro, YNet7. Thank you for tuning in the replay. Go check out the previous videos. Like I said, I just did, I can't tell you if it was the last one or the one before it on Dark Pulse. But I just did the one that gave you the full breakdown for what all their accomplishments year to date. Check that out, and then come back and watch this video and add that to the list here, and you can see the whole picture of how they're positioning themselves. So you got the OEM, right? That links you globally. You got contractors for, you're already in the power plants, you're already talking to Siemens, I'm sure, on the global side, and you got Inca already, I'm doing this off the top of my head, so you got Inca, so you already got all this stuff in position. Now you add the ability to custom fabricate basically any type of circuit board and from a level, a 3-star supplier. I was trying to find out what a 3-star supplier actually meant. I spent a good 8 minutes of research on it, and I did not find it from the defense contractors. Maybe by the next time I'll do some more research in between now and then and find it. I found like loosely things like from, like wholesalers and stuff like that, what it mean to them. But I really wanted to dive in deep and get what a 3-star supplier meant to the defense contractors, because I don't know what tier that is, but what I mean is it sounds like it's an accomplishment, and to be recognized by them means they're going to do business with you, and that means that there's a certain level of robustness and integrity in your product and design that they would be willing to use you as a supplier and give you any type of recognition at all. So that's huge, because now once the military is using it, guess who else is going to want to use it? Apple, Samsung, etc., 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 Motorola, BlackBerry, 5G, AT&T, etc., etc., etc. Okay? Pasha Pyro, YNet7. Thank you for tuning the replay. Y'all better go crazy with this. All right. Get it now. Now's the time.